He also mentioned he may be waiting until after the election in 2020 to sign a Phase 2 trade deal with China. Take a look.
We'll start right away negotiating Phase 2. It'll take a little time. I think I might want to wait to finish it till after the election, because by doing that, I think we can actually make a little bit better deal, maybe a lot better deal.
All right, so guys, an updated timeline there. It comes as China confirmed its top trade negotiator will travel to Washington, D.C. next week to sign the Phase 1 trade deal. Of course, Barbara, investors have been waiting for this. We're seeing the updates now. Interesting to see him waiting potentially to go ahead and sign a Phase 2 deal, although he says he wants to go and start negotiating right away. So back to the negotiation.
In my book, it's a typical Trump tactic. Vote for me and you'll get even a better deal if you just cast your vote my way. It's nonsense, really. There's absolutely no reason why he can't move fast on this. It's just a political tactic like everything else.
It does seem like kind of a bargaining chip to the American people, basically. I got Phase 1 if you want Phase 2.
I completely agree, but on some levels, I don't know how often I say that I think President Trump is right on this show, but you have to think about this. The Chinese negotiators, right, if they think that the president is not going to win the election, right, it allows them to wait back, to sit back a little bit and wait a little bit longer, to push the American negotiating team for things that they might potentially want if they don't think that the president is going to be around in office for that much longer. So I think on some levels for him to say, well, we might have to wait until after the election for a Phase 2 trade deal might just be indicating that, frankly, that they're not getting the concessions that they really want or need from the Chinese team. Sure, we have this Phase 1 deal. Still don't really entirely know all that's going to be in it.
Yeah.
I have no clue what's going to be in this Phase 2 trade deal.
But Kristin, can I say something? I've negotiated with Chinese my whole life on real estate investment deals, and you can't say it's the same kind of thing, but a deal is a deal. And let me tell you, they're the most patient negotiators in the world. Chances are he's already sized it up, thinking they're never going to conclude on anything more than what they're doing now. They're taking a good showboat trip to Washington to make a good show. I'd be surprised if they ever move ahead quickly. I think he's just playing his game, his usual game. And I'm sorry, I'm a cynic.
It's great, but you're also, that's also a very good point. What we've seen from the Chinese negotiating team is the willingness to just wait this whole situation out. They are not going to move quickly on this trade deal at all. So of course, I think to your point, President Trump might be saying, all right, well, the Chinese negotiators aren't trying to move very quickly, so I'm going to wait until after the election, right? Instead of saying, well, actually, I'm not actually able to get the Chinese to negotiate with me as quickly as possible, so we're going to wait until after the election. You know, a little bit of propaganda, a little bit of schmoozing the American public.
You're right. You're right in that, it's not one-to-one when we're comparing trade deals to real estate, but the man is the same man on the other side of the table, right? You came up at the same time when Donald Trump.
I grew up with him, and I know his tactics, and the tactics he used to build his empire in real estate are identical to the tactics he uses to get the vote.
So why don't you join our negotiating team then?
Their negotiating team.
I think you should call President Trump and maybe get on board and help them out.
I think I'll be dead before he gets there.
All right. Well, there you go. That's saying something in terms of the progress we're making. But President Trump, at least when it comes to the Phase 1 trade deal, that is to be expected next week in terms of getting that out of the way. Investors will be watching for what progress will come on Phase 2. Hey, investors, Zack Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.